In the story, The Mother Tongue, it's a story mainly about a daughter and a mother, but the daughter is a writer now, an Asian writer also, and she expresses how the type of English she uses in her stories and the type of English she would use when she's at home with family and stuff is completely different. The English she's using at home with her mother is a very more of like a easier, not your very sophisticated English that you would be using when you're writing. So in her writing, she uses more of those like different forms of languages, like different techniques that she feels to write in, and she even talks to that with her husband now. But when it comes to talking with her mom, some don't really understand her clearly all the time, but she can clearly understand her even when she speaks more of a broken English, if that makes sense. And many people didn't find sympathy to people that couldn't speak perfect English, or were Asian and could talk English but didn't really sound like everyone else. So due to that, there aren't as many Asian writers now, especially in this type of style of essays and stuff. So mainly she tried to focus on how her English was used in her daily lives, how it was different when she was doing different things and talking about different things with different people. In the story, Mr. Green Jeans, it's more of like, would be a sad story, but he uses irony and wit to keep the upbeat talk or upbeat tone of the story. And it's the theme, I figure the theme is the lack of his father when he physically was there, but he mentally wasn't, due to being an alcoholic, and how he thinks fatherhood should be and how you raise your son, daughter, or whatever. And he lacked that, and he would look at TV shows to see how he would picture a typical father, since his wasn't really there. And that's when he related to the Mr. Green Jeans. So that's how he would see a typical father, but his father wasn't really like that. He structured this essay alphabetically, so each little section started with another letter and would have a little paragraph to explain each things, and it all kind of reflected back to the absence of his father due to alcoholism. So I feel like even though could be a very sad story, he tried to change the tone of it overall with the different languages he was using and the words and stuff, because he wanted it to be more upbeat than rather sad. And then finally, in the keeping it in the family, she is mainly reminiscing on the things she doesn't really remember of her father, but things that she's seen through pictures and that she's been told, and how he really wasn't there when he still was alive for the first 6 years of her life. I think that's what it was, and how that affected so much of what she does now and how she is throughout life now. She includes a very poetic side of her writing form, kind of similar to the lyrical essay we have just read last week, to include she's searching for more about her father. She's reminiscing on the things she doesn't remember, but she wants to know more, and using those memories and flashbacks of the things that she did know and has heard. So all three of these stories kind of have that, it's a sadder story, but they change the tones and languages they're using to make it more informational